Hello and welcome again to our beautiful Basilica here at Carmel Mission in California. Today we come to you to celebrate the feast of the Epiphany. And we celebrate the arrival of the three magi, the wise men, the astrologers and mystics who were able to read the signs of the times. And as a result, they followed that shining star all the way to Bethlehem to worship the newborn king. There's no indication in Scripture that they were surprised to find the baby king born in a stable, with no royal indications whatsoever. But we do know that they carried with them, in expectation of royalty, three royal gifts, traditional gifts for a king: gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Perhaps not the most practical gifts for a young family forced to shelter with the animals, but nevertheless a powerful sign that from the very first, these three wise men recognized Jesus for who he truly was: the hope of the nations, the light of the world, the King of Kings. Today I'd like to share with you another favorite poem of mine by T.S. Eliot, The Journey of the Magi. In it, I think we're forced to reflect on the constant presence of change in our lives and how difficult change always is for us, and yet how very necessary it is. And for us who claim to be followers of Christ, who bear the name Christian, part of being a Christian is to be able to cope with change, knowing that our God is guiding us every step of the way. The Journey of the Magi by T.S. Eliot. A cold coming we had of it, just the worst time of year for a journey, and such a long journey. The ways deep and the weather sharp, the very dead of winter, and the camels, galled, sore-footed, refractory, lying down in the melting snow. There were times we regretted the summer palaces on slopes, the terraces and the silken girls bringing sherbet. Then the camel men cursing and grumbling and running away and wanting their liquor and women, and the night fires going out and the lack of shelters, and the cities hostile and the towns unfriendly, and the villages dirty and charging high prices. A hard time we have had of it. At the end, we prefer to travel all night, sleeping in snatches, with the voices singing in our ears saying that this was all folly. Then at dawn we came down to a temperate valley, wet, below the snow line, smelling of vegetation, with a running stream and watermill beating the darkness, and three trees on the low sky. And an old white horse galloped away in the meadow. And then we came to a tavern with vine leaves over the lintel, 6 hands at an open door dicing for pieces of silver, and feet kicking the empty wineskins. But there was no information, and so we continued and arrived at evening, not a moment too soon, finding the place. It was, you may say, satisfactory. All this was a long time ago, I remember. And I would do it again But set down. Were we led all that way for birth or death? There was a birth, certainly. We had evidence and no doubt. I had seen birth and death, but had thought they were different. This birth was hard and bitter agony for us, like death, our death. We returned to our palaces, these kingdoms, but no longer at ease here in the old dispensation, with an alien people clutching their gods. I should be glad of another death. I thank you for joining us here today at the Basilica in Carmel, and I wish you and your loved ones every blessing as we journey together through the new year of 2021. Thank you.